Hello, dear students. Welcome to the Bajirao IAS Academy. Today is 2nd January, and we are going to discuss the daily Hindu newspaper analysis. So, in today's discussion, we are going to cover three important issues. The first issue is related to ISRO's another milestone. You know that on 1st of January, ISRO created another history by launching the XPOSat, that is X-ray polarimeter satellite. Then here we will be understanding what is this XPOSat and how it has a significance in decoding the reality of the universe, like black hole, like pulsars, and apart from that, what is neutrino stars, we all are going to discuss in a detailed way. So it will take time because here I am trying to make you understand with deeper concept. Then further, we will be shifting towards India-South Korea Defense Cooperation. What are the roadblocks in the defense cooperation and what are the opportunity? That's very important article. And then we will be moving towards the last article where we will be trying to understand about one important personality, that is S. Venkatramanan. And do you know about this personality? When India was facing the economic crisis in 1991, he was governor of RBI at that time, and he perfectly managed the economic crisis, and then we were able to come out from this crisis. And recently this personality passed away, so we will be understanding its contribution, and apart from that, what were the causes and the factors that led to the economic crisis in India. We will be exploring that as well. So let's start our discussion. But if you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe, share, like as well. So now we are moving to the first article you can relate with GS paper 3. So on 1st January, ISRO already created a history as well. Like it launched the X-ray polarimeter satellite, we call it as XPOSat mission, on the launch vehicle PSLV C-58. So what is the importance of this XPOSat? We have to understand it. First of all, decode it. XPOSat means X-ray polarimeter satellite. And here I am trying to tell you some concepts regarding universe. Do you know that our universe is composed of various celestial bodies like stars, planets, galaxies, and apart from that, the black holes, neutrino star, many more things. And these celestial bodies releases X-ray. But when we try to track these X-ray from the ground, from the devices that we have, it is non-trackable in that manner, and hence we approached to have a different technology, to have a different device, so that we can try to extract and identify these X-ray. So what will be the benefit of it? The benefit of it will be like we can able to decode the reality of the universe, how the black holes formed, and also the neutrinos, the pulsars, we all will be trying to understand. Apart from that, what will be the significance with respect to India? We all are going to understand here. Okay, so this is the basic background and hope you understood. And in this mission, it was having two payload, namely POLIX, that is polarimeter instrument in X-ray, and XPECT, that is X-ray spectroscopy and timing. Now kindly try to remember these components as well, because UPSC is now asking the technical components of the space mission as well. So please do focus, and it is also very important for your prelims as well, like the black hole concept and the neutrino star, because UPSC already asked in the previous year question, you can relate with that. Okay, so that is the thing. And with this launch, there was also the launch of 10 payloads, and we are not trying to naming all the payload, but here focus on this. there is a payload named as fuel cell power system, and it is very important in India's space station, which ISRO is going to launch by 2035. So we are aiming for the future as well. And these payloads were developed by Indian startups, various education institutions, and ISRO center. That means India is promoting the culture of space exploration, scientific exploration. So it has a bigger impact on the younger generation so that they can also approach to the scientific study, space study, astronomy. Okay, so these are the benefits. So UPSC asks generally about the significance and how it will be helping the exposing the reality of the universe. So first of all, it will help in pioneering X-ray polarimetry, which is world's second satellite-based mission dedicated to measuring the polarization of X-ray from celestial sources like black hole and pulsars. Wait for this component, I will be explaining you. Then it will also enable the hidden secret, how the black hole evolved, and what is physics of high energy phenomena. We all are going to understand the secrets of this, okay, because we do not know many much about the universe, the components. Slowly as the technology is progressing, we are trying to decode the reality of the universe. Okay, so do you remember that black hole existed since the formation of the universe? But recently, we identified that there is a black hole whose image was also trying to publish by the NASA as well. So that is the technological advancement and the benefits. And apart from that, it will be a sign of India's technological advancement, like the payloads was developed in India by Indian scientists and institutions, and also it's a step towards miniaturization and efficiency because it's like a small and cost effective. Okay, further, it also elevates India's position and opens the door for international collaboration and participation. And lastly, it also inspires the future generation so that they can propose astronomy as a field of study, and also the young scientists and engineers to come towards space exploration, discovery, all of that. So slowly we are progressing in that direction, and it needs to be, because we are just restricted to like physics, chemistry, biology, science stream, the biology stream. Okay, but here we need to explore further. We have to devolve into the space exploration. But there are certain things which need to be taken care of, like we mostly launch the technological missions like we try to have a mission that can gather data and can analyze from the data to have a certain findings, but we do not have the discovery related mission or the scientific missions. Like when we talk about NASA, so they do a various scientific mission, like they discovered black hole, okay, and many more things, many hidden secrets about the universe, but we lack here. So we have to move towards this direction. So in simple terms, science technology skew should be reduced. Okay, scientific exploration and discovery also needs to be promoted. However, it's getting promoted slowly we will be moving in that direction as well. But we are doing milestone. It's a very big thing to understand. Okay, now we are coming to the basics. When we talk about black hole, suppose this is universe, okay, and in this universe we have the galaxy, we have the stars, we have the dust particles. These all comprises within the universe. So when we talk about black hole, so black hole is basically a certain point or a region in the universe where gravity, the gravitational force is such extreme so that even light cannot escape from that region. Okay, suppose a light is coming, so light cannot escape. It just will be merged in the black hole. That is the powerful gravitation which is present within the black hole. So that is very important thing. That's why it named as black hole, because light cannot escape. So that's why it seems to be black. Okay, it's just simple concept. And the concept of black hole was theorized by Albert Einstein in 1915, and the term black hole was coined by American physicist John Archibald Wheeler. Kindly remember this name, okay? And in April 2019, the scientists at the Event Horizon Telescope project released the first ever image of black hole, which was like more precise to observe. So how do black hole form? To understand it, first of all, like observe, like there is a clouds, okay? You can observe and relate with the cloud formation which occurs in the atmosphere of the earth, okay? So in the universe we have huge clouds, dust clouds, particles, many more things, and these are like energy particles as well. So when they condense because of the gravitational attraction, so either they can form average star or it can form massive star, depending on the density of the dust, okay? And if density is very huge, it will be forming the massive star, and if density is average, it will be forming the average star. So then further more accretions is there, it will be forming the red supergiant. So and when this red supergiant form, so the star is in extreme developmental phase, so then the life will be started ending. So supernova explosion occurs, and then there is a end of the star, and ultimately either it can form neutron star or the black hole. So that is the point we have to understand. So black hole is outcome of supernova explosion. And why there is a neutron star? So it depends on the gravitational force which is present. The more deeper, the more impactful the gravitation is, the black hole will be forming, okay? And when we talk about average star, okay, when it expands, it will be forming like red giant. Then during the end of the life cycle, it will be having the explosion, okay? After explosion, the planetary nebula will be forming, and when the cloud gets removed, it will be forming white dwarf, okay? Did you understood the basics, how black hole is forming, the neutron star is forming, and white dwarf is forming? This are the potential question UPSC do ask in the prelims, so kindly try to understand. So all are coming from where? A stellar nebula, and they are ending after explosion, okay? So that is the basic thing. Hope you understood the life cycle of a star. Now we are shifting towards neutron star or the pulsating stars. So basically these are collapsed cores of massive star, like we have discussed here. This is neutron star. So after supernova explosion, this gets formed neutron star, okay? So whenever there is a massive star explosion and they exhaust their nuclear fuel, because a star are like burning because they have the nuclear fuel, okay, and can no longer support their outer layers against gravity, so they get busted out. But these are incredibly dense and primarily contains neutrons, and also they have extraordinary gravitational force, and that's why they have the mass that is many times higher than the sun. And kindly remember that these has a strong magnetic fields, and whenever, let's say this is neutron star, okay, so these has magnetic fields, a strong magnetic field, so they releases electromagnetic radiation from the poles, okay, and that's why these are known as pulsars. So pulsars are nothing but the electromagnetic radiation emerging out from the neutron stars, that is known as the pulsars, or we can call it as a pulsating stars. So neutron stars is also known as pulsating stars. So hope you understood the basic concepts of science and technology we have elaborated in detail. Now we are shifting towards second article where we will be talking about the India South Korea defense relation. You know where South Korea is located? Just try to open the map and go towards Japan, and there you will be seeing that on the top there is North Korea, and on the south of North Korea that is South Korea. Okay, and just go visit, observe the map, it will be helping you for the prelims. So when we talk about South Korea, so they are very advanced, technologically advanced in terms of defense, in terms of cyber, in terms of many fields. And India has good relation with South Korea, specifically related to defense sector, because we try to have a technology transfer from the South Korea. Apart from that, defense products, okay, we have good relation, but mainly our relation is focused on defense cooperation. We have not elaborated or expanded our relations beyond that. And apart from that, even we do have the defense cooperation, but we are not expanding into different level. For example, cyber security crisis, a space warfare is coming in the future, and that's why the defense collaboration needs to be expanded further. That is the basic article we are discussing. And what's the context here? That in November 2023, the General Manoj Pandey, who is Chief of the Army Staff, visited South Korea, which signifies a critical juncture in the trajectory of India-Korea defense relation. But try to understand that in the current global geopolitics, what is happening? One nation is going towards other. Okay, one nation is supporting, one nation is not supporting. All these things are happening, which is challenging peace and security. Like we can take an example of Israel Hamas war. Now this war have the repercussions, and they are like coming ahead from the Israel Hamas region, like Red Sea attack we have seen. So here you can understand what's the importance of defense capability of a country. When we saw the incident of Red Sea attack by the Houthi rebels, so let's say there is a country and they're trying to ship certain products from Red Sea. Okay, but the Houthi did drone attack on that ship. And suppose this country do not have the defense capability to protect their ship. So what will happen? This country will not be able to tackle the challenge created due to the global geopolitics. So that's why here comes the role of defense. That's why India is eager to expand their defense relations, collaborations with various countries, and hence because of the India's defense capability in that region, India is protecting their ships, their assets as well. Hope you understood the importance of the defense. Okay, but when we talk about South Korea, so we can have good relations with the South Korea, and we have certain challenges we are facing. First of all, lack of shared vision for a new comprehensive defense framework. We are mostly dealing with bilateral relation. We have to move beyond it because the challenges are expanding, and hence we have to be adopted in that challenge, and for that better cooperation is needed. And the another challenge is divergent perception. Like the South Korea sees India only as a nation, only as a defense partner, but South Korea have to observe India as a regional power as well, where India and South Korea both can contribute to the Indo-Pacific stability. Okay, the threat which is occurring in the Indo-Pacific region, and for that the South Korea has to shift away from the Cold War mentalities, because at that time the relations was not collaborative. Okay, and apart from that, there is a need to shift from short-term focus to long-term strategic goal, because short-term focus is only for the profit, but long-term goals also gives the a strategic advancement as well. Okay, so we need to consider broader strategic points. And then the new dangers is coming. What's the new danger? The challenge of North Korea, China, and Russia coming together. That also challenge the South Korea's security as well. That can also challenge the India's security as well. That's why collaboration is needed, and hence opportunities are there, and we need to grab that opportunity. For that, path of innovation and self-reliant is needed by leveraging the technological capability from South Korea to develop advanced defense equipment, and apart from that, securing the digital frontier. Like, the world is moving towards space warfare, information warfare, cybersecurity. So we have to be adjustable in that methodology as well. And here, the Korea's expertise will be helping India because they have robust technology and the advancement that can deal with the challenge. Okay, this will also enhance the security of the critical infrastructure. Tell me, what do you mean by critical infrastructure? Okay, then further, we can have a joint collaboration to counter terrorism and maritime security, and for that, expertise should be shared. Okay, and joint patrolling and information sharing should be there to protect maritime interests. So that is one thing. Then further, we need to have a more stable world, and for that, collaboration in peacekeeping and humanitarian assistance is needed. And here we can leverage the expertise in US peacekeeping operation to enhance the regional and global security. Okay, and apart from that, we need to expand the cooperation beyond naval focus to other branches of armed force. We just cannot rely on only naval, but we have to expand to other armed force as well, like air and the army. Okay, so that is one thing. Hope you understood. Now we are shifting to the last article. It's very important, and you can have a bigger understanding about a personality. So when we talk about 1990s, you know that India at that time faced huge economic crisis, because at that time India do not have the sufficient foreign exchange reserve so that they can import their needful products from different nation. And at that time the oil prices became very higher, and it was like very difficult to import these oil for India as well, also to import the important products. So there were certain personality apart from the political leadership. Mainly we talk about political leadership and their success, but the bureaucrats have also very important role in addressing the challenge. But we mainly see the face of the political leaders, but not the bureaucrats. So that is the thing, and you can relate the article with GS paper 3. So when we talk about the context, S. Venkat Ramanan was an IAS officer and served as a governor of Reserve Bank of India from December 1990 to December 1992. He passed away recently. Kindly understand the date 1990 to 1992. This was the period when India was facing deep economic crisis. The balance of payment crisis, better to say. Okay. So at that time, this personality have higher responsibility to make India out from these economic crises, and two events occurred in his leadership that handle this balance of payment crisis. Do you know what do you mean by this balance of payment crisis? It's just like we have certain reserves, okay, the foreign currency, and whatever we try to import, we have to give this forex currency to different nation, and in return the products will be coming. So that is the transaction. So the transaction between nation to nation is called balance of payment. Okay, so this is the thing. But let's say India's reserve got finished, got reduced. So what will happen? India will not be able to import the essential products. And now you will be questioning why the forex reserve shrinked, reduced, because the remittances which India received at that time was slowed down. So that is one case, and you know that currently India is also the highest remittance receiver in the world at that time as well. Okay, so that helped in import. Then further, there was a sudden rise in the price of oil following the invasion of Kuwait by Saddam Hussein. So this lead to the price rise. And when we talk about crude oil, huge dependency on these nations. That's why we are most concerned with these nations if there is a conflict is happening. So the most pressing challenge will be on the India's energy security, because 80% of our oil, crude oil, are imported from outside world. Okay, that is the thing. So this lead to the economic crisis. But here the role of this personality come. What did he do? Like, first of all, they pledged the gold to international bank in exchange of hard currency. Okay, so in April 1991, the government raised $200 million from the Union Bank of Switzerland through a sale of 20 tons of gold confiscated from the smuggler. So that time gold was confiscated from the smuggler, and this was used to have a loan from the Union Bank of Switzerland. Then further, in July 1991, India shipped 47 tons of gold to the Bank of England to raise another $405 million. So this helped to relax the currency crisis, and then India was able to import the essential products and the need. But look, this is one aspect. Another aspect was like import compression. What was import compression? Like, if we will be trying to import much and more, so what will happen? We need more foreign currency. Okay, and that time we have the currency crisis. So what this personality did, like they tried to ensure that less import should be there. So he implemented the policy of import compression. And how it was made possible? Via raising the cash margin on the import. That means if you will be importing product from outside world, so you have to pay more cash. So that's why people will be reluctant to pay more cash, and hence there will be import compression. Okay, you can see here the cash margin was hiked fourfold between October 1990 and April 1991. So this strategy turned to be a winner strategy, and there was evidence like current account deficit flipped from a high of 3% in 1990-91 to a mere 0.3% of GDP in 1991-92. So that is the success. Okay, and this almost eliminated the need to raise the foreign exchange to finance India's non-debt payment. Okay, so we can say that this personality like navigated our country through the troubled waters, and hence this has a huge contribution. And one thing more, like he helped in establishing the development research group DRG within the RBI. So RBI has different groups and bodies that works under for the different purpose. So one body was created under his leadership, like development research group. Here various experts related to the economics share the ideas, their expertise, so that economic reforms should be there, many more things. Okay, and hence we cannot forget these unforgettable hero. So friend, that is the end of this article. Hope you understood. And now there is a last session, and here you have to pause the video, solve the question, and post your answer in the chat box. Okay, so thank you friends, thank you very much. We will be meeting again for the next sort of discussion.